You know how some games just stick with you, the ones you keep going back to even when you have a million others to play? Well, today I'm sharing my personal list. We're talking about my top 10 most played games, and I'll tell you exactly why I keep coming back to them even after all this time. Let's jump in. Red Dead Redemption 2. So Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't just a game for me, it's kind of like a place I go to when I need to chill or clear my head. I swear, no matter how many games I try, I always find myself coming back to this one. It's not just about shooting or robbing trains or any of that, it's about the mood. The world feels so alive, like you could just get lost in it for hours without doing a single mission, and honestly, I've done that more times than I can count. There's been days where I literally spent hours just riding my horse through the snow up near Amberino. No gunfights, no drama, just me, my horse, and the sound of the wind. Or I'll be camping out in the woods, cooking up some game I just hunted, and watching the stars come out. And don't even get me started on the rain. Bro, when it starts raining in-game while you're trotting through a muddy feels real. Like, weirdly real. And the thing is, every time I replay it, I notice stuff I missed. Tiny little details, like the way Arthur writes in his journal, or how the gang reacts to what you do. The writing is nuts. And the story, man, it hurts in the best way. Arthur's arc hits hard every single time. Even though I know how it ends, I still get pulled in. Like I'm trying to make his last ride mean something.
I'm here for money.
And I gotta say, the little moments stick with me more than the big shootouts, like helping a stranger who fell off his horse, or watching the sun come up over the plains, or playing poker at camp with Uncle being a loudmouth. It's all those little things that make the world feel like a second home. There's just nothing else like it. And that's why even after finishing the story more than once and doing all the side stuff, I still load it up and just exist in that world. It's like therapy with cowboy hats.
For our city and its people.
You're not in the circus, pirouette.
Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. I don't even know how many times I've started a new playthrough, like I'll be minding my business, and then suddenly I'm like, man, I kinda miss Geralt grumbling and slicing monsters in half. The world is massive, but not in that boring way where there's just a bunch of space to ride through. Nah, stuff actually happens. You're out there hunting down creepy forest spirits one minute, and next thing you know, you're in some random village helping a dude who accidentally turned his wife into a goat or some wild crap like that. I mean, all that the story here is straight fire. Geralt's this grumpy monster dad just trying to find his daughter, but the stuff that goes down along the way, messed up. You've got war, betrayal, magic, heartbreak, and somehow it never feels forced. You're making real choices too, like do I save this dude and risk a curse, or do I just let it burn and no matter what, you're gonna feel bad? This game does not care about your feeling. Also, the side quests, some of them are better than the main stories in other games. Like, there's this one where you help a ghost stuck in a well. Sounds basic, right? Nah, it ends up being this emotional little story that actually sticks with you. I was like, damn, I was just trying to earn some coin. Why am I feeling things? Combat's definitely a weak part list at the start, but as you go further and get a bit used to it, it becomes solid too. You get 2 swords, signs kind of like magic, bombs, potions, the whole Witcher toolbox. Once you get the hang of it, it feels clean. I'm out here flipping over werewolves like I'm in an action movie. And yes, let's not act like the game isn't a little spicy. Geralt's a smooth dude, and the romance stuff, it's actually well done. Doesn't feel forced or cringy. You can tell they cared about making the characters feel real, not just eye candy. But yeah, I keep going back mostly because it feels like a whole other world. Like if I could live anywhere in a game, toss me a sword and drop me in Novigrad. Just don't let the guards catch me stealing again. They're ruthless. Skyrim. Now the cool thing about Skyrim is you can do whatever you want. You can be a knight, a thief, a wizard, or even a dragonborn who shouts fireballs. There's no real way to play wrong. One day I'm sneaking around stealing stuff, the next I'm fighting dragons and saving villages. I've spent so many hours in it, I swear my gaming chair remembers me better than my bed does. It's crazy because I never even finished the main story. I get distracted way too easily. One second I'm hunting a dragon, the next I'm chasing a chicken because it ran into a house. Classic Skyrim moments, right? what makes it so easy to keep playing, honestly, it's that freedom. You can be anything you want. You want to be a sneaky thief who picks pockets and hides in shadows? Done. Want to be a crazy mage tossing fireballs everywhere? Go for it. Or maybe a big strong warrior smashing enemies with a giant hammer? Yep, that too. You're the boss of your own story, and that's pretty cool. The world is huge, but feels alive. It's not just some empty map you run through. People are actually living their lives. Merchants shouting, kids playing, guards yelling at you if you mess up. You can climb mountains, swim in rivers, or just wander through snowy forests and stare at the scenery for like 20 minutes. I've literally wasted hours just walking around looking for random caves or cool spots. Sometimes I just stop to listen to the music and feel like a total adventurer. Plus, the game is packed with random stuff that makes you laugh or scratch your head. Like, there was this one time I got chased by a bear, jumped into a river, and somehow ended up fighting a giant mud crab. Yeah, mud crabs are the worst enemies, don't sleep on them. Also, mods are a game changer. There's so many ways to tweak Skyrim, add new quests, better graphics, weird new weapons, or even replace all the dragons with giant ducks. I mean, why not? Mods keep the game fresh even after hundreds of hours. I swear, sometimes I spend more time picking mods than actually playing, but hey, it's part of the fun. Alright, quick break from the game talk because I gotta put you onto something that'll probably save you a bunch of money. Instant gaming. So here's the deal. Instant gaming is an online store for digital game keys. You know how you go to the official store, see a new game you want, and your wallet just cries? Well yeah, Instant Gaming fixes that. They sell the exact same games for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, but at discounted prices. Like, we're talking way cheaper than the regular store listings. And the best part is in the name, it's instant. You buy the game, they send you the code right away, you redeem it, and you're playing in minutes. They've got everything. Big new AAA releases, pre-orders for upcoming games, DLC packs, older classics. Basically, if it's a game you're looking for, there's a good chance they've got it. And they've been doing this for over 10 years, so yeah, they're not some random sketchy site. They've got secure payment options, a clean and easy to use site, and tons of players already trust them. I actually browsed through earlier and saw some prices that made me double take, like games that just came out a few months ago going for way less than the official price. And that's perfect if you're trying to grow your game library without going broke. So yeah, if you're into saving money and still getting legit games instantly, check out Instant Gaming. I'll leave my link down below, click it, take a look, maybe you'll find your next favorite game for way less than you'd expect. Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5 Royal is one of those games where you live this kind of double life. During the day, you're just a normal high school kid doing the usual stuff, going to class, hanging out with friends, dealing with school drama, and sometimes pretending you're paying attention when really you're thinking about pizza or whatever. That part feels pretty chill and real, like you're actually living a teen's life. But then when night hits, everything flips. You jump into this wild, colorful world called the Metaverse, where you and your friends become these phantom thieves. Your job is to go into people's hearts, sounds weird, I know, and mess with the bad vibes inside to change them for the better. You fight monsters and bosses that represent those bad feelings. It's like a mix of superhero stuff and Magic School, but way cooler, because it's got this slick style and attitude. The story is pretty deep, but doesn't hit you over the head with boring stuff. You get to know your friends, help them with their problems, and watch how everyone grows. Each character has their own thing going on, and you actually care about them. Plus, the way they talk and act is super fun, the writing is sharp, sometimes funny, and never boring. The style of the game matches it perfectly. The colors, the animations, the slick menus all look like you're inside a comic book or anime. Battles are turn-based, but don't feel slow or dull. You gotta think a little, figure out what each enemy hates, and use your team's powers right. When you nail a combo and see the enemies get smashed, it's really satisfying. You also get to customize your team and personas, which are like your spirit buddies that fight with you, so it never gets repetitive. Every fight feels fresh and exciting. The music is something else. It's got this funky, jazzy vibe that gets stuck in your head in a good way. It makes the game feel alive and keeps the energy up, whether you're exploring the city or battling in the metaverse. Honestly, sometimes I just put the soundtrack on and vibe to it, even when I'm not playing. What keeps me coming back to Persona 5 Royal is that perfect combo of chill, everyday stuff, and these crazy, colorful adventures at night. There's always something new, whether it's building friendships, exploring new areas, or unlocking new personas and skills. It doesn't feel like a grind, it feels like hanging out with friends while also kicking some serious butt. Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 is basically this huge open world game where you get dropped into Night City, a super crazy futuristic place with neon lights everywhere, people doing wild stuff, and honestly, kind of like if your favorite sci-fi movie and video game mashed together. You play as V, who's basically a mercenary trying to make it big and survive in this messed up city full of gangs, hackers, and all kinds of techie craziness. What sucks, and also kinda rocks, is that the game is so damn big. Like, you could spend 100 hours just wandering around, doing side quests, talking to random people, upgrading your gear, and messing with all the cyber stuff you can stick in your body. You get to pick how you want to play, sneaky hacker, heavy hitter with guns, or maybe both, because why not go full chaos? Upgrading your cyber implants and weapons feels really cool, and it actually makes a difference in how you play, which keeps things fresh. The story? It's pretty legit. There's this whole mystery with this weird chip in your head that makes things intense. Plus, you meet some awesome characters that aren't just there for show, they got real personalities, and you actually care about what happens to them. And the choices you make really change the game, which is always fun because you feel like you're in control, not just following a script.
So,
Now, here's the deal. When the game first came out, it was a bit rough. Lots of bugs and glitches made people mad, but after some big updates, it's way better now. The world feels alive and everything runs smoother. It's still not perfect, but honestly, the good stuff totally outweighs the bad. But the best part's the vibe. Night City is like this neon playground where weird stuff is normal. You can just walk around, find weird characters, go to clubs, steal some cars, or just admire all the crazy futuristic tech. It's like living in a sci-fi movie where you get to choose your own adventure. Honestly, I keep coming back because there's always something new to mess with. New weapons, new missions, or just exploring the city and finding hidden spots. Plus, customizing your character and trying out new playstyles makes it feel like a fresh game, even after hours and hours. So yeah, if you want a game that's huge, kind of wild, and lets you just do your own thing while still having a cool story, Cyberpunk 2077 is a solid pick. Just be ready to lose track of time, because once you start, it's hard to stop.
And do you dare to worry about the city?
Yakuza series. Yakuza is this wild mix of serious gangster story and total goofball side stuff. You play as Kazuma Kiryu, the main dude, or some other badass characters in later games, and you're basically a gangster with a heart of gold, dealing with all kinds of crazy drama in Japan's underworld. The story is like one of those epic TV shows, super deep, sometimes emotional, sometimes brutal, but always keeps you hooked. But here's the thing that makes Yakuza different: the city itself. It's like a living, breathing place where you can do way more than just fight. You can hang out at arcades, play some crazy mini games, eat tons of delicious food, go karaoke, hit up bars, gamble, or just mess around with random people. It's honestly like a giant playground, and the little weird stuff is what makes it so fun. Also about the narrative in these games, it's not just a serious story. Nah, the game throws all this silly stuff at you too, like 1 minute you're beating up some bad guys in an alley, the next you're playing arcade games, singing karaoke like a rock star, or even running a weird little cabaret club. I'm not even kidding, there's a ton of mini games and side quests that make you laugh or just chill out for a bit. You could spend hours just eating ramen or going on bizarre side missions where you help weird characters with crazy problems. The fighting is sick too. It's like street brawling, but the game lets you grab anything around you, like trash cans, bikes, or even giant signs, and smash them on your enemies. The combos feel smooth, and the different fighting styles you unlock keep things fresh. Plus, the way you can level up and get stronger means you keep wanting to fight more, honestly. That's why I keep coming back. There's just so much stuff to do that it never gets boring. The world feels alive and packed with cool spots to check out, and the characters, they're so good you actually care about them, which is rare for a game about gangsters.
Be a potential threat. So it's our job to investigate.
Fallout 4. This game is like stepping into a giant post-apocalyptic playground where you get to be the boss of your own little ruined world. You wake up from this super long sleep, like 200 years or something crazy, and the world's all messed up from a nuclear war. Your job? Find your family, survive, and just try not to get blasted by mutants or raiders while you're at it. What I love about Fallout 4 is how huge it is. Like, you can spend forever just wandering around the wasteland, exploring old ruined cities, abandoned buildings, and creepy underground bunkers. The map is packed with stuff to discover, from hidden loot to side quests that make you stop and say, wait, what?
Funny.
The combat is cool too. You can go in guns blazing, sneak around like a ninja, or use this crazy aiming system called VATS that slows time so you can pick off enemy parts one by one. Plus, the weapons are super customizable. You can slap on mods and turn a boring old pistol into a laser shooting death machine if you want. One of the coolest things is the building system. You get to build your own little bases or settlements, put up walls, traps, and even recruit people to live there. It's kind of like Minecraft meets Mad Max, but with more explosions. I can waste hours just fixing up my base and making it look cool. Also, the story? It's alright, not the best Fallout story ever, but it's good enough to keep you going. You get to meet all kinds of quirky characters, and your choices actually matter. You decide who to trust, who to fight, and what kind of person you want to be in this messed up world.
Trouble stomping muties and ferals. I don't need something else to worry about.
Reese, that's enough.
And now, why I keep coming back? Well, because of the freedom, man. It's the freedom. You can play how you want, be a sneaky thief, a charismatic leader, or just a straight up savage blowing stuff up. And every time you play, you find something new, like a hidden secret or a crazy enemy. It's the kind of game you can lose a whole weekend to and still feel like you haven't seen everything. So yeah, if you're into giant open worlds with cool loot, crazy fights, and building your own little post-apocalypse empire, Fallout 4 is a total time sink in the best way. Just don't get too attached to your settlers. Those raiders don't mess around.
And God bless America.
Uncharted series. Uncharted games are one of the most fun games of all time, literally. Like, they are almost flawless, big set pieces, amazing characters and story, and the voice acting is so goddamn alive through all the entries and doesn't feel boring at all. Now, why is this in the list of my most played games? Because, well, I have been playing the whole series at least one time every year throughout the years, and I think I have finished them 9 times already, so... We got Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Uncharted 2, which is literally the best PS3 game of all time, and I am sure many will agree. Uncharted 3 and 4 are masterpieces as well.
I doubt that that's everything.
The Uncharted series is like the perfect mix of action movie and treasure hunting fun. You play as Nathan Drake, this charming, kind of goofy treasure hunter who's always getting into crazy situations, jumping off cliffs, dodging explosions, and solving ancient puzzles. It's like Indiana Jones, but with way cooler moves and a lot more sass. The story's about finding lost treasures and ancient secrets, but it's never boring because the characters keep things light and funny. Nate's always cracking jokes, especially with his buddy Sully, who's like this older, sarcastic dude who's been through it all. Their back and forth feels real, like you're just listening to two bros messing around while saving the world. What makes Uncharted super cool is how smooth it all feels. The jumping, shooting, climbing, everything just clicks. You don't get stuck on some dumb glitch or weird controls, which means you can focus on the fun stuff, exploring awesome places, finding hidden stuff, and taking down bad guys with style. Also, the game looks insane. Like, the graphics make you want to stop and stare sometimes. Beautiful waterfalls, ancient temples, and crazy landscapes that look almost real. It's like a vacation, but without the sunburn. Why I keep coming back to Uncharted? Because it's just pure fun. Every game feels like a fresh adventure that's super easy to get into, but still keeps you on your toes. Plus, the mix of story, action, and jokes makes it feel like hanging out with friends more than playing a game. So yeah, if you want a game that's like a wild movie with cool characters and crazy moments, Uncharted is where it's at. Trust me, once you start, you're gonna want to see how this roller coaster ride ends. And hey, no seatbelts needed.
Chest I need to get into?
Really? Banana Stray not good enough for you anymore?
It's just that someone has something that doesn't
Kingdom
belong.
Come Deliverance. Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of those games that's like a history class, but way more badass and way less boring. You're thrown into medieval Europe, but it's not all knights and dragons. This game is all about real, honest-to-God, medieval life.
The Empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatine.
No magic, no fantasy stuff, just swords, horses, and a whole lot of dirt. The world is huge and super detailed. Like, you can spend hours just walking around the villages, talking to people, doing side quests, or hunting deer in the forest. The way the game makes you live in that time is crazy. You gotta eat, sleep, and keep your armor clean. Yeah, sounds weird, but it actually makes the world feel alive. The combat is pretty different too. It's not just button mashing. You gotta time your swings, block, and even think about the direction of your attacks. It's kind of like a dance, but with swords and way more blood. The story is long and kind of serious. You play as Henry, a blacksmith's son who gets caught up in this big war and political mess. There's tons of quests, and many of them take a while because you gotta do stuff the right way. Sneaking, talking your way out, or straight up fighting. What makes the game long is the way it makes you do things slow and real. Like, traveling takes time, you have to train your skills by practicing stuff, and every decision can change how people see you.
Are you the brawler who takes bets?
So it's not like you rush through it, you kind of live in that world for a good while. Plus, the side quests are huge, and they don't just throw fetch quests at you, you get stories that feel real and sometimes even sad or funny. It's a game where you can easily get lost for dozens and dozens of hours just exploring and trying to survive. So yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance is long because it's all about soaking in that medieval vibe, living the life of a guy who's just trying to survive and make a name for himself in a messy world. It's kind of like history homework, but you actually want to do it.
I heard them yelling at each other.
Thank you, Lucy. I would love to chat, but Marcus...
Hitman series. Hitman games in one sentence is like, you can literally either take hundreds of hours or finish each level in just a few seconds, and none of those methods feel wrong. That's so awesome about these games. The Hitman series is like playing a super sneaky spy movie where you get to be the smoothest assassin around. You're Agent 47, this bald badass dude who's got killer skills and a license to kill, literally. The whole game is about sneaking around, planning your hits, and finding the coolest ways to take out targets without anyone noticing. What's crazy fun about this series is the freedom it gives you. Each mission is like a big playground. You can dress up in all kinds of costumes, mess with people's stuff, sneak through vents, or even get super creative and use random things lying around as weapons. One second you're a waiter serving drinks, the next you're disguised as a clown or a security guard just to get close to your target. The levels are huge and packed with details. There's always multiple paths, secrets, and hidden spots to discover. It's not a rush job, you gotta be patient, watch how the people move, and plan your perfect moment. It's kind of like a puzzle, but way cooler, because you get to be sneaky and sometimes hilarious. The story is simple, but gets you hooked. Agent 47 is all about professionalism, but the game also drops some juicy backstory about him and the shady people behind the scenes. Plus, every mission feels like a little movie with its own vibe and style. The game gets long because each level is so dense and replayable. You can go back again and again to try different methods or just explore all the crazy ways to complete a mission. It's like your own secret agent sandbox. The more you play, the more stuff you find. So yeah, Hitman is perfect if you're into sneaky stealth, clever plans, and just messing around in a giant world that feels alive. And hey, it's always satisfying when you pull off that perfect silent takedown without anyone seeing. Total boss move.
3 ships went missing here in the past month.
Mass Effect Trilogy. So Mass Effect Trilogy, man, this game is a freaking marathon, and that's why it ends up being one of my most played games. It's not just one game, but 3 massive ones, all linked together like one giant sci-fi soap opera with lasers and aliens. You play as Commander Shepard, who's basically the space cop trying to stop some super intense robot apocalypse called the Reapers. Sounds wild, right?
Look out!
But the thing is, the story is way deeper than just shoot bad guys. It's got politics, crazy space drama, and a ton of emotional moments that hit you out of nowhere.
I thought this embassy was supposed to help humans.
What's really cool about the trilogy is that your choices actually matter. Like, you don't just pick stuff for fun. These decisions change the entire story across all 3 games. You can save planets, lose friends, or even change the fate of whole alien races just by what you say or do.
And a disgrace to my people.
The gameplay mixes shooting with these awesome biotic abilities. Think of it like Jedi mind tricks, but way more explosive. You can throw enemies across the room, create barriers to block attacks, or even charge up some insane power moves. It keeps the fights fresh and makes you feel like a total badass, especially when you're comboing moves with your squad. Now the squad, that's where the real magic is. You meet all these different characters on your ship, the Normandy, and each one is super unique. Some are funny, some are serious, and others are just plain mysterious.
I'm not going to let a cough keep me back.
You actually get to hang out with them, learn their backstories, and even romance a few if you're into that. It's like having a bunch of friends on a crazy space road trip, and sometimes they even tease you or have heated arguments. That makes it feel way more alive than just a lone soldier shooting aliens.
I'm not the easiest person in the world.
And the worlds you explore, wow, it's like the galaxy is your playground. You get to land on tons of different planets, each with its own look, weird creatures, and secrets to uncover. Some missions send you to wild deserts, icy tundras, or alien cities that look straight out of a sci-fi movie.
On either side of this lobby.
There's always something new to check out, and side quests keep the game feeling fresh instead of just pushing the main story. The length comes from how packed these games are. Each one has a huge main story, plus a ton of side stuff that adds hours and hours of gameplay. And because your choices carry over between games, you really get sucked into this ongoing saga. You want to know what happens next to your shepherd and the people they care about. So instead of just a quick playthrough, you end up spending dozens, sometimes hundreds of hours just exploring, fighting, talking, and making decisions. Plus, the trilogy has a kind of epic vibe that makes you want to finish it all in one go. It's like reading a massive book series that you can't put down. The characters stick with you, the story twists keep hitting, and the galaxy feels huge but connected. And if you're a nerd like me, you'll even spend time customizing your shepherd's look and skills to make them feel just right.